research group primarily works in the Himalayas to look at the problems of slope instability. And in the mountains, one of the major problems is of landslides. Hello everyone. So myself, Dr. Alok Bhardwaj. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Civil Engineering at IIT Roorkee. My research group visits these landslide areas and they use the ideaForge uncrewed aerial vehicles to create the terrain information in these areas. And on a temporal timeline, these terrain information help us to understand the characteristics of these landslides. So as we know that UAVs are used in many different areas. For example, in civil engineering, UAVs are used in water resources area, it is used in geoinformatics, it is used in transportation. UAVs are systems that provide information on the terrain with good spatial resolution. And people who are working in water resources, in civil engineering, in transportation, they all need the terrain information at very high quality to understand the processes in their own fields. The drones such as the ideaForge RYNO UAV that we have used in our research provides the terrain information at a very high spatial resolution. And they help us to, for example, in my area, they help me to understand about landslide information, about landslide dynamics. So that is why using UAVs and in particular survey grade UAVs is really important in today's time in different areas of engineering. So we run different courses in our institute. For example, we teach principles of photogrammetry, we teach analytical and digital photogrammetry. And because the photogrammetry is the backbone of using a UAV system, so we give these skills to the students that they are confident with the photogrammetric principles, and then they learn about the hardware as well as the software to fly the drones. I think the flexibility of using the RYNO UAV in terms of the software, the flight planning software, as well as the flexibility of operating it from the flight planning software gives us the confidence to fly it in difficult terrains. For my research, I wanted to purchase a UAV that had a good battery life and gives a high spatial resolution because we need this to map landslides in the mountains. So before we used UAV in our research group, we used total stations to map the landslide boundary. The total stations that we used to take a lot of time, and we would spend almost the whole day in just mapping few landslides. However, with the UAV, it takes a lot lesser time to go into the field and map these landslides. So in a day's work, we can map big and large landslides which are high in number in comparison to other instruments such as total station.
Hello, so myself Sahil Kundal. I'm a PhD research scholar in the Department of Geomatics, Civil Engineering. The research domain of my PhD is to estimate the landslide surface displacements with the use of UAVs in the upper Indian Himalayas. We have been using ideaForge to do the flight planning, flight management, and the use of RGB payload. I would like to say that overall experience has been very positive, and the ability that ideaForge planning provides, that is to see or visualize the maps in 3D terrain, gives us an added advantage while mapping the landslide areas. For our research work, we have been using the ideaForge RYNO that comes with a RGB payload of 24 megapixels. The outputs, the images outputs are pretty good, and the spatial resolutions of the product that we get from the payload does the job.
The research scholars have used the ideaForge RYNO UAV in the difficult terrains in the mountains to map landslides, and we have found that this UAV system is rugged and is robust enough to fly in these difficult terrains. And that is what makes us happy that we can use this. We have continued using this system for the past 1.5 years.